Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. It is Christmas Eve, and Wizards of the Coast has given us a Christmas present. They have released most, not all, of the Aether Revolt inventions, masterpieces, epic rares, whatever you want to call them. So I figured we would go over these 22 cards. There are 24 total. They have not released card number 43 or card number 45, to my knowledge. These are the only 22, and if you will notice, it skips those two numbers if you are keeping track at home with the card numbering system. Anyway, let's start off with Arcbound Ravager. We all know a lot of these cards will not, these are not new to us, but these are, for EDH purposes, there's a lot of these cards that are heavily played in EDH, and we are just absolutely, because there are some decks that you just really care about blinging out. Arcbound Ravager dominated Standard, Modern, every single format he's ever been legal in, because he's just so dang cheap at 2 mana for sack your artifact. So that's really good. The art is pretty good. This looks like something off of, that Transformers or something, but, Black Vice. I love this Black Vice. I do use Black Vice. It's typically just to keep that card drawn person honest. But I love this art. Kind of glad they didn't use the doll. But anyway, it sure makes the From the Vault one pale in comparison. We have Chalice of the Void. Now, this sees also a crazy amount of play. I don't know that we play it a lot in EDH, but it sure is a beautiful thing. Defense Grid. Now, every copy of Defense Grid that I have is in a deck. And if I open any of these, it will be the exact same way. Defense Grid, nothing. There's absolutely no drawback to this unless you are the blue player or you are filling your deck full of instants. And now, if you're playing Toweran, this will shut you down. But Defense Grid is good. I use it in a lot of green. Duplicate. When I saw Duplicate, I thought, wow, I can't believe they didn't put this in the previous one. But Duplicate's really good. I don't know. It's Duplicate. Engineered Explosives. Sunburst. Yeah, because in EDH, we read Sunburst as this costs 5. We've got to play it. We have to get maximum value. And this is another way to do it. You can blow up converted mana cost 5 or less, or in a pinch, you can just make X equals 0 and destroy up all them tokens. Ensnaring Bridge. What are we talking about? These 3 casting cost drops when in the other... Yeah, anyway. Ensnaring Bridge, that is a monster bridge there. That bridge looks like it's going to eat you. Wow. The actual card, we all know what this does. It's a great card. Glad to see it back. Extraplanar Lens. Wow. Extraplanar Lens. Y'all know how I feel about mana doubling. One thing with this, people. Snow-covered basics. Use snow-covered basics if you're using Extraplanar Lens, because if you are playing mono blue and there's a good chance everybody else at the table is going to have islands and you don't want to help your opponents unless it's the group hug kind of deck, use snow covereds so that you can, because they are basic, that way you can narrow the effect of this to just you. God, this is a beautiful art. See, I love these borders. I don't know how they're going to top this in a Monket. I really don't. And I'm not exactly sure how I would feel about a masterpiece deck, because eventually if they keep doing this, we're going to have so many masterpieces that we could build conceivably an EDH deck out of all these masterpieces. But you're going to have all these different borders. You're going to have the Expedition border. You're going to have the Master, or the Kaladesh border. So I'm not... Grindstone. Wow. Hey, didn't we get Painter Servant in the last one? That's cool. Just epic rare of the combo. It's really good. I love it. There are other things besides Grindstone in this. I've been known to donate a Celestial Dawn or two in my life. Meekstone. I know a guy that's going to love this one. Man. Creatures Power 3. Now, I think somewhere around up here I have a Vigilance deck, and obviously the Meekstone is in there. Oblivion Stone. The O Stone. Wow, that's really good art, too. Wow. Oblivion Stone. The way to not make counters broken. To make them not matter with doubling season. Anyway, love Oblivion Stone. Here again, that Trophy Mage also goes and gets this. Boy, that'd be sick because these are actually playable in sealed events if you go to the pre-release. I'm Trophy Mage out my Extraplanar Lens or my Oblivion Stone at the pre-release. Ornithopter. I'll admit I had the very first thing I thought when I saw this is, shouldn't this have been in the first one? I love the flavor text. We consider all confiscated items hostile until proven otherwise. That's beautiful. This will be the Ornithopter to have. I mean, it's not a heavily played card. There are some decks like Eggs that will run it, but if you're running one Ornithopter, I don't know that this one will be an expensive card. This will probably end up being the cheapest one. I don't know. I could be wrong. It may be the most expensive one because everybody's going to want 4. I don't know. But I think it's cute. I'm glad they put it in there. Pithing Needle, depends on where you're from. How many potatoes or tomatoes do you eat? But anyway, Pithing Needle. Like the Pithing Needle, Trinket Mage obviously goes and gets it. That way we can needle your opponent's general abilities. So, I like the Pithing Needle. Glad to have it. Here again, if y'all have noticed, we went from card number 42 to card number 43, and we're going to skip 44, we're going to skip 45 and go straight to 46, which is Platinum Angel, which, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see this, like, I would say in the flesh, but in the metal, I guess, because I would just that much chrome and white. This has got to look gorgeous foiled, and the foil process they do with these masterpieces is just second to none. I love this. I'm sure that little boy at Pro Tour Hawaii would love to have had this version. Sphere of Resistance. Honestly, I saw this one coming simply because of the name. I like it. It's a lot of flavor with what we're doing. There's a revolt going. So that's kind of neat. Staff of Domination. Oh my God. Trophy Mage goes and gets it. Anything that taps for multiple mana is absolutely dumb. If you're playing Tribal Elves and you've got Priest of Titania or Elvish Archdruid, this is a have to have. This, I mean, there's so many options. This is the Swiss Army knife of Magic. I swear to you, this is awesome. Sundering Titan, we really don't care because it's banned, but this is beautiful art. This looks like, I mean, those are people right there, people. Those are humans. That's how big this Joker is, 7'10". Oh, me and my son were playing some Cube today, and I actually got to play this guy. But for our EDH purposes, it's a pretty card to set in a binder. Sword of Somethings and Somethings. We all knew these were coming. I believe there's 2 or 3 of them, something like that. Sword of Body and Mind. That's good. These are going to have an impact. Well, I say an impact. These are going to replace the copies that people are running in Legacy. But for us, War and Peace, yeah, those are all good. Trinisphere, another Trophy Mage target. As long as Trinisphere is untapped, each spell would cost less than 3. This is to make your, I don't know, this is what you play against Eggs. Veldakin Shackles. If there was ever a mono blue artifact, by golly, this is it. And the ability to just absolutely steal things. And see, I use one of these in my government style deck where I steal all your stuff and then sacrifice it for no gain. But anyway, Tefildokin Shackles is a really tried and true card. Here again, Trophy Mage gets it. Worm Coil Engine. Wow. This, I think this was probably over the line when they did it. I mean, even in Scars, when it came out, we all looked at it and we thought, this is too good. It is 6 mana, 6/6, 2 abilities, and you actually, when it dies, you get a bonus. Because I would rather have 6 power. I'd rather have 2 dudes with 6 power than 1 dude with 6 power in most circumstances. Yes, it varies from mind to mind. Your individual mileage may vary, but most of the time, having 2 dudes with board pump or whatever, it's beautiful. That is it for what we know now. We are, as I said before, the Aether Revolt comes out the January 20th, and the pre-release is January 14th. They tell us they will start spoiler season when they get back in the office on January 2. But it's this is some real good information I just wanted to share with everybody. I know this is a completely extra video. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.